All right, boom, we're back. Squeeze the Neck podcast. Diesel Gym, 10th Planet with the boys on his t-shirt with my new mate, Peter. I asked him, he said either or. Pete Moody, my mate. Gosh, so I've got you all the way over from Spain. You flew in first class Pacific for us, right?
First class just for you.
No, we've been chatting for a while, right?
Yep.
And we've finally managed to catch it.
Yeah, definitely.
Just before Christmas. This will come out a little bit after, but how are you, mate?
All
over
good.
in England, back in Marbella soon, but tell us who you are and where you've come from.
Yeah, my name's Pete Moody. I'm originally from South London, Eltham. I was born in Sidcup. I lived in Eltham, South East London for 42 years until I made the move to Spain in November 23.
All right.
To Spain.
Not that long, okay.
2 years, 1 month now, Spain.
Gotcha. So South London, right side of the river, wrong side of London. We'll get into that another time. But tell us about your martial arts journey, mate, because I know you're from 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu, right?
Yes, it's 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu. So basically, I started off probably when I was about 30 in the martial arts scene.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, before that I was always football, rugby, tennis.
How old are you now,
Before
mate?
that, 45
right.
next year.
Yeah.
So I started all that, football, stuff like that, like I said. And then my mate got me into his gym, opened up in Eltham. It's like a martial arts gym, MMA. And I thought I'd give it a go, And I was enjoying getting hit and stuff like that, which is a bit of a weird thing, do you know what I mean? Started doing that and carried on with a bit of boxing. Then someone took me into the Jiu Jitsu game. So I went to a gym called Nemesis in Erith.
Yes, okay.
Under Dave Mustak.
I boxed at Nemesis. They're
Did
an
ya?
amateur boxing club, aren't they? I used to box for a club called Ellsfield. I was on a show in Nemesis, years ago. I was been 18, 19.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But Nemesis. But yeah, sorry, mate, I've cut you off.
No. It's a good little gym. And under Dave Mustak, I don't know if you know him now, he's a black belt.
Probably know him by face. But
he's a black belt under Netto now.
Okay.
Very good coach. And it was just like, for me, it was like the 45-minute drive, getting from Eltham. I know it seems mad, rush hour and stuff like that. And then I ended up changing. My mate said to me about no-gi, 10th Planet, and I was like, let's go.
This would have been, I'm assuming, like the early days of 10th Planet in the UK, right?
Yes, this was the early days, but I wasn't training at the other one, it was here.
Okay.
So it's probably about 8 years ago, was it here? 9 years
Okay.
ago I joined here. And I was getting heel hooked, my legs were getting I was like, I can't do this.
What sort of level was you at when you joined here?
When I joined, it's blue belt in gi.
Right, okay.
Blue belt in gi. So I got my blue belt from Austin Gardner.
Okay.
Who was at 9'9".
Yeah.
Who we was talking about earlier, who Luke Loftus was with as well.
Yeah. Shout out Luke Loftus.
Luke Loftus as well, good man.
Check out his episode, great guy, deep thinker.
Very good jiu-jitsu, very good grappler. Learned a lot from him as well. And then, come here, and the rest was history, really. I just got addicted to it and just carried on. I loved the no-gi, wanted to understand it more and more, and just carried on. All the way, I started again. Jamie gave me my blue as well, like when I come from him.
Did he?
So,
that's
he
good.
gave me
That's
a blue, purple, brown, and then obviously got the black belt from Jamie
I
last
might
year.
have a chat with him, see if he can slip me a 10th Planet blue belt for like years of service. But that's cool, man. So, what's the thinking? You're 30. What's your thinking getting into martial arts at that point? Was it just something to do, sort of thing?
Do you know what? When you start to grab hold of someone, you're getting choked, or you're choking someone else. It's that man thing, isn't it? It's something we enjoy about it. I don't know what it is. And then football was still good. I was playing at a reasonable standing, nothing major, and the youngsters are coming through, and I thought legs were aching for 3, 4, 5 days afterwards. So I thought, try this.
What sort of level of football are we talking?
Oh, it's only like Saturday leagues, like Saturday afternoon.
But it's competitive, isn't it?
It's still competitive, you know what I mean?
Because people at that age, you get into 30, you're in your peak physically, right?
100%.
So it's not like you're slowing down, and then you know what it's like on Saturday mornings playing football. It matters, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
100%. And you've got the youngsters running at you, and you're like, do you know what? There comes a point where I've just got to go.
Enough's enough.
Enough's enough. And it was the same as when I was doing a bit of the boxing as well. The youngsters were coming in too quick. When I was mixing between jiu-jitsu and boxing, I thought, do you know what? I still enjoy it, but this is what I can carry on for a bit longer now.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I got you. And with boxing, did you fight boxing?
No, I never had a fight. Just trained it.
Yeah.
Enjoyed getting hit.
Right.
And enjoyed hitting people. So it's just like.
Yeah, because the thing is with people that get into it sort of, not necessarily old, but sort of past the age of 22,
100%.
Let's say 24, coach looks at you different, don't they?
Yes, 100%.
People I know that came in later than me and was in that age range.
Yes.
Coaches will look at you like, all right, mate, do you know what I mean? Hit the bat. So you get a very different vibe than if you're 12, right?
Yes,
because they look at you and go, right, well, let's see what he can do versus, blah, blah. But jiu-jitsu, the reason I bring that up is jiu-jitsu is very different. Don't matter if you come in at 70, right? People will teach you how to do jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
And it's not sort of just go on that bag and if you're any good, we'll take some notice of you type
100%.
deal. But with this place as well, and obviously Jamie can't hear us, right?
I'll
say some good things about the place. But when I've come up here, drop-ins back in the day for a long time and whatever, always been very welcoming.
Always.
You know what I mean? And it's that's how it should be, but it's not how it always is, right?
No,
you go to certain gyms, especially gi gyms, no names, but we all know, and if you're in jiu-jitsu, we all know, right? You go to certain gyms and it's cold and whatever, you drop into places, you're paying a drop-in fee, by the way, you might even buy a t-shirt off them, and they look at you like, Whereas here, like, it couldn't be more welcoming, right? So, like, coming in here already as a blue belt,
Definitely.
I'm assuming you found this place and went, right, this is home now.
I just knew. And I recognised a couple of the lads that I used to train with and met around the circuits as well, so that made it easier as well, like Asher and Darius.
Right, shout out to the boys.
I used to train with them when I was
nice.
15, 16.
Right.
So when they first started, they was white belt. I think they was blue belt. They got their blue belts when I was a white belt. Yeah, we under Ross and
black belts now,
so
anyway.
both black belts now. And very good lads. So that made it a little bit easier. And then Jamie, obviously, the rest of the lads, Jack Tiley, Charlie Crawley, like they was all here, and then just that big family vibe they got here, you know. So every time I come back from Spain, my missus says to me, "Training again?" Yeah, I'm training.
What else would I do, love?
I'm leaving you in bed. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's funny to me because, like, as I say, like, this place is always very welcoming. I'm south, for anyone who doesn't know, from different parts of the country or whatever. I'm southwest London, this is like east, right? So to get here is a trek.
But, of course.
Like, if it wasn't, I'd probably be here every day as well. Do you know what I mean? I come here weekends because it's a bit easier to get to and whatever. But it's like, there's a specific style for 10th Planet, which I think people will know. But when you couple that with the, like, no bullshit from the gym, because, like, if you come in here and you want to be a wrestler, there's no sort of like no, do it our way vibe about the place. Do you know what I mean? Which is also goes a long way to me. But, like, you're coming in as a blue belt from the gi. Like, you're at a level. Blue belt's a funny one, right? Because you're at a level now where it's like, you know what you're doing, you've got your style, you're doing X, Y, Z, but at the same time you're not at a level where it's like you can't change. So it's difficult in ways, isn't it? Like, coming here, what was that like for you?
Yeah, it was different because when I was a blue belt, I was more about on top, pressure, doing all that. And then there's the little ones are getting underneath me. And when I come here, I think I was nearly 88 kg, probably I was.
Oh, was you? Big guy? Pretty big,
Yeah. So when I was on top, it was like, and then the little ones were getting underneath me, taking my legs, and I was like, fuck, I'm never going to be able to do this. And I remember training, and one of the coaches, Sean, he turned around and said, Pete, trust me, mate, keep going, elevate, do this. So he changed my game. Totally. Same with Jamie, with Jack. And I started trying different things. Do you know what I mean? Which is like, but and it was a gym full of savages.
Yeah, it is,
So it's like, if you're not getting beaten up most days, or you're getting tested, you're in the wrong place.
And it's also one of them gyms I've found as well when you come to open mats and stuff. It's like savages with something in their back pocket. So, like, there's certain people you'll feel like you're getting on top of the whole round, and then they've got like some tricky roll around, get your leg, and it's like, come on,
100%.
What are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? We're trying to spinning shit now. Do you know what I mean? But so, like, if we go back a step further, like you're 30 when you get into martial arts.
About
was that
30, late
completely?
20s.
You hadn't done anything before?
No, like when I was younger, I think I used to go to an odd karate.
Right.
But it wasn't really my passion as a kid or anything like that. But that was really it. You know, fucking around with my mates, you know what I mean? Wrestling always with them and that. I always loved the grab hold of something and you're like, let's go. I
think it's natural, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people say that, but I do think, like, if you put two kids in a room, guaranteed they're wrestling over something. Do you know what I mean?
Especially boys, young boys.
Boys,
what they doing?
for sure. Exactly,
Do you know what I mean?
for sure. Like my mates' boys, that if I go around there, it's like, as soon as I'm there, it's like jump off the sofa, it's fight time. Do you know what I mean? Like there's definitely something natural to it, more I think than even striking. You know what I mean? And like boxing was my first love. Do you know what I mean? But like once you find grappling, I won't bore people with a story again of how I found grappling. But it's like, you know, there's something to that. But like when you started coming here, or maybe it was before that, but like when did it become like, all right, this is what I want to do now, this is what I want to do in my life, sort of thing?
Do you know what? I didn't know this is what I was going to do in my life, like when I moved to Spain. And then when I moved out there, I got offered a job teaching. And it went like that, and then people were saying, I love your style, or this, that, and the other. And then I started to recognise even more, like, hold on, like, 10th Planet system's totally different, like, from a lot of other gyms.
Was there no 10th Planet out there?
There's no 10th Planet, apart from 10th Planet Barcelona, which is 11 hours drive from me. So that's
what,
north, I'm south. So
you're not going to nip there for a lunchtime class?
I got there for the weekend and come back.
Right.
And then, like, people was just, like, enjoying the style and that, and I got offered a job teaching, then I started teaching privates, and then it just went like that. And I was like, wow, you know, so I trained 6 days a week out there and teaching, you know, 5-6 days a week as well.
Nice.
And it's just something, but probably 6 years ago, I started training probably 3-4 times a week when I was living in here. And I started to really open up, started to enjoy it even more. I tried to make more time to train rather than work. Do something I love.
We've all done that, right? We've all been there. To a point where it's like, I don't want to go work today.
No,
I just want to train.
100%. So I really, really feel that addiction to it, you know, like you feel like a crackhead in a crack den, you just want to fucking train.
And what was the reason you went to Spain in the first place? Just change your life?
Spain, basically, me and my wife have always had this thing, we're going to go somewhere else.
Very old school British style.
It's always been me and my wife and my kids against everything, do you know what I mean? We're going to do it. And when we was in our 20s, we was due to go to Australia to move. We got all the way to the visas. Got all the way to the visas. Blah, blah, she pulled out. She suddenly, you know what I mean? She said, I said, no, listen, that's, you know, everything happens for a reason, whatever that reason being. So she pulled out. And then basically my mum was ill. So I was going back and forth from Spain. Year 2023. And then when I was going back and forth, and I was coming back to the missus and the kids and all that, and when I was in Spain, I was watching all the kids, you know, they was being outside in the street, like no phones, no, doing what we done as kids, you know, out on their bikes. I said to Liz, I said, like, you know, like, blah, 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 let's fucking do it, let's go. I went, are you sure? I said, yes, we've got the balls in action and
nice.
Fuck it, let's go.
Nice compromise from Australia,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, definitely.
Better flight,
different thing. And it's easier to get back and forth, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like when you've got family here and that, friends.
Yeah, and right, door to door for you, if you left now, right, I'm going home, 6 hours door to door. Can't knock that, right?
It's nothing.
Can't knock that.
And like what, a 20-hour flight?
Yeah.
You can pick up the cheap flights.
Easy, right?
Ryanair, EasyJet, whatever
Straight
you want to do.
out, innit?
Do you know what I mean?
Quick
Unless
up and
you've
down.
got money to go first class, then it's down to you, you
yeah,
know what I mean?
Private jet.
Me, I'm looking at the cheapest flights.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
But it's nice because when you go to places like that, it is like, I've said this before on here many times, like when I've done, and I'm sure you have as well, we've all gone to America training and done trips and like this place, that place, Thailand, I've done, and it's like, they're great, but it's a hell of a trip, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're not going for 2 weeks, it's hard because it's like, you're not really getting the most from it as soon as you're there and you settle in, you're back. Versus like, go to Marbella. If I come to train with you, I could come for the weekend, come back.
That's what a lot of people do.
Work on, not that I've got a normal job, but if I had a normal job, I could leave Friday, be back at work Monday if I wanted to be, right? Do you know what I mean?
Easy. That's
what
a lot of people
boys
do.
coming from here?
Loads.
Yeah.
Loads. We had Jack Tiley. Jack Tiley was over there 3 days, what, about 6 weeks ago?
Right.
Come over there. I don't think he wanted to go back.
Right.
Yeah. But like he just said, I feel recharged. I feel like ready to go. And I said, which is great. This is what it's about. You know, it's like a little bit of a retreat. You train, eat good food.
Nice. Mate, I'm next. I'm coming.
Yeah, 100%. Always welcome. Always.
We'll do episode 2, like on the beach or something. You know what I mean?
And we'll get a couple of them out there too.
Right. We'll have a tear up with everyone. We'll get the boys out.
Yeah. You'd love it.
With like coming into fighting, when you like, obviously you said it become a point where it was like, I don't want to do this working nonsense anymore. I want to do this. But like, have you always been a fight fan? Is that where it come from?
Do you know what? Not major. So a lot of the boys, they always used to talk about UFC. I used to go around mates' houses, watch UFC late at night, and it wasn't really like, they'd say the names of the fighters fighting. I wasn't that.
Yeah.
I'm more Jiu Jitsu, like the grappling and all that, but I still like to watch the Cage Warriors and the UFC. Say the names to me, I wouldn't probably know it. Do you know what I mean? But I enjoy watching it. Yeah. I do love it.
How about back in the day? Because like 90s, like when you was becoming a young man, right? There was like big time boxing was on.
Boxing was the big ones. Yeah. Like again, the names I probably wouldn't remember. You know what I mean? Yeah, Frank Bruno's, Mike Tyson's, people like that, and like
Better
Tyson
not forget them ones,
mate. Never. But I was more like enjoyed it. But it's weird, the Jiu Jitsu, the way my brain works, I can take everything more in. It might take me a long time. You know how our brains work sometimes. Certain things, but that is my thing where it's just like, wow.
It's funny, it's common now, and it's one of them things that like, I'm very much one of these, and I've said this on here many times. It's like, if you explain something to me in detail, and I watch what's the word I'm looking for, like an instructional.
Yes.
I don't really take it in personally. No. It's just like lights are on but no one's home. But if you show me something and then again, I feel like right, cool, I've got it. You know what I mean? I'm one of them. Like I'm better on like a little 30-second clip, and I think that's quite common. Like people like to throw around the word ADHD now, but I think most people that have ever like stuck with jiu-jitsu longer than that sort of just getting your blue belt level. I think most people have probably got it, right?
Yeah, mate, we've all got it. We've all got something wrong with us. You know what I mean?
Something wrong with you for sure. Yeah,
I've still got energy after doing jiu-jitsu. My wife's like, fuck's sake.
And you know yourself too, like if you come to the mat here, we could do an open mat for 2 hours and whatever. At the end of it, you're still like, cool, right? You're still like, let's do more.
More energy than a lot of other people out there.
Of course you do, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I think I put that down to an energy thing. An energy thing. I put that down to an interest thing.
Yeah, and like, good energy.
Good energy around the gym. But if you're interested and it's fun to learn, you can stay here all day, can't you?
100%.
You know what I mean? Like I've been to, again, boxing was my first love. Like at certain times, I loved it too, but at certain times, you'd be like clock watching, like, how long we got left here? I'm done. I've had enough today. I just don't want to do this. And I do put that down to the vibe, but I also think when you're, jiu-jitsu's not do it this way, end the story, shut up. It's like, this is how we do it. And if you figure out a better way, and you're a blue belt, a black belt will take that on board. Versus if you got that in different type of fight gym, from my experience, it's like, no, shut up, mate. Would you know? Do it this way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it goes a long way.
No,
and
100%.
With you now, like you got your own place out there, right?
I haven't got my own gym. No. These talks, like people are saying to me, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? And I don't know. I'm just opening every door that opens, and the ones that want to shut, I shut them and climb through that little window and get to the next one.
And is that where it's going? Do you think?
Yeah, I'm just. Do you know what? It was before. When I was back in England, you know what we like as blokes, we stress about everything, do you know what I mean? Money, fucking this, where are we going to end up? But now, not saying I don't give a shit, but I'm just enjoying my journey now.
Right.
Like, if I can't pay next month's bill, I can't, like, say if that's, don't worry about it, just,
really?
we'll get through it, you know?
Right.
Like, you hit an age now, like, how long do you carry on stressing about stuff like that?
Right.
So it's like, and then when I moved to Spain, I got offered a job teaching at Carlos Varane gym, shout out to Carlos. what a nice geezer, Varane Brothers, teaching at his gym. And then there's another gym, Rivals Gym Marbella, where I teach up there. So there's 2 different gyms.
Shout out Rivals,
Yeah.
friends of the show.
John Duran.
Big John's been on, great guy.
And then the private started happening, like one-to-ones, seminars, and then I'm just enjoying every single step.
What was you doing out there for work before you became?
Well, I've got a business back here.
Oh, okay.
Which my boy takes care of.
Nice.
So that could always cover.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
So you were sort of in that semi-retirement, enjoying life.
Don't say retirement.
I'm
going to start talking.
Yeah.
I'm only 44.
Yeah.
But so I had that sort of covered. So that was already done. So I knew I had that sort of certain amount of money to cover us here, so I could sort of like play with a few things and try and decide what I want to do.
That's good, isn't it? That's cool.
And then so we sell beds and furniture and do house removals and rubbish clearancing. He takes care of that. But he's moving out on January the 17th.
Oh.
So my eldest boy's moving out on January 17th.
Is he a jiu-jitsu man?
No, well, he likes a bit of Muay Thai.
Okay.
So he'll join a gym probably.
Very good.
Maybe the same gym I'm at and go and do his stuff there.
Nice.
And my second oldest boy, who's 23, he loves the Jiu Jitsu. But he said he wants to have an MMA fight. He said he wants that ticked off my list.
Good man.
So he's never done it, but whether he does, hopefully he'll go and do his thing. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, as a lot of the things you're saying now, like with the opportunities in Spain and stuff, life's for living, right? So if he's thinking about it, go and do it, man. Go and do it.
Life is for living, man.
Yeah.
It's like, we worry about, does it actually happen?
Right.
Does it actually happen? Really? How many things are you worried about in your life? And it might be a small percentage that's happened, but how many things have actually happened to you?
And also, I think it's not that we're turning into a couple of hippies here, but like, I feel like even if it does happen, it ain't that big of a deal anyway, right? You get over it and you crack on, right?
Exactly.
So many things. Like I'll tell you, you touched on that now. I was stressing over, you know when you stop in a yellow box and you get fined? I was stressing over that yesterday. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, hey.
You've done it. So what can you do? What can you do? If you can't change it.
That ain't really going to change your life, is it?
No.
It's a pain in the arse. Like,
it's another 60 quid or whatever.
Some people have just had a diagnosis or something, can't they? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm stressing about a fucking yellow ticket.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe that's a story for another day.
Yeah,
but like, now, when you're out there now, one thing that always interests me, and I always ask this with 10 Planets guys, Rod, do you ever stick a gi on? Do you ever do that now?
Do you know what? So the club I'm at, they do gi. So when I was first going out there, I was sticking the gi on.
Was you?
Do you know
was
what I mean?
doing it,
Yeah, I was sticking the gi on.
What belt was you putting on it?
Well, I was a brown belt at the time.
Right, so you're putting that, that's what I mean, you weren't being the sandbagger putting on the blue belt.
I'm
a gi blue belt.
Yeah, and then when I got my black, before I was putting it on, I thought, I didn't really ask anyone else, I just thought, what do I do now? Do I stick on my brown or do I stick on the black? And I thought, no, do you know what? When they jump from gi to no gi, they've known it's black belts, haven't they? So I thought, you know what? And so I stuck on the black belt, see how I'd done, and I was doing all right.
Yeah.
So obviously the higher level black belts, do you know what I mean, get me in positions, but it's another art, the gi. Yeah. But I teach the beginners class for gi.
Right.
Every Tuesday, yeah. So it's another knowledge.
Think there should be crossover anyway.
Yes.
I don't think you should be a black belt in one or the other.
No.
And then you go to the other and you're a novice. Because then to me you're not that good.
No,
right?
exactly.
If you're a black belt, you should still be able to be, I mean, worse ways, you should still be having competitive roles with purple belts, the other art, right?
100%.
To me. Otherwise, what are you doing?
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, with 10th Planet, I mean, that could go the other way because of the style, very specific, right? But it doesn't, you're saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. But when you grab the gi on, instead of having the hand grips now, I've got these things to grab. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And some of them would say, what did you do to me there? So I ain't got a fucking
know,
clue.
yeah.
I pulled this round his neck, done this, and fucking choked him.
Yeah.
So I ain't got a clue what I've done.
Well, I mean, you'll probably agree with this too. Like when I roll in it, I don't roll in the gi that much. Recently, I've been sticking the gi on a lot more.
Yeah.
And like when I do, I grab that, I go like, and then I have to catch them. No, you can. You're allowed to. You know what I mean? It's not against the rules. It feels funny.
It does.
I feel like obviously there's more to worry about, but my style personally doesn't matter. People go, oh, you're not technical. All right, cool.
Yeah.
But it's like my style doesn't really change gi or no gi anyway.
No,
so
same.
it doesn't make too much of a difference to me. But like going forward, mate, like with the Marbella scene, is there a big jiu-jitsu scene out there?
Yeah, mate. There's quite a few schools out there. There's a few good schools out there as well. Which I don't know if you know Santos Lilius.
No. The only one I know out there, mate, is Rival. I'm going to say that in case John comes after me.
At Scramble Gym, they've got a big gym down there.
Cool.
Massive gym down there. Like a load of savages down there.
Have they? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you've got Carlos Varane's gym, Varane BJJ in Marbella, which is another good team. And they're the only two teams I've trained at.
Right.
I want to go up to Barcelona to see Manu, 10 Planet. Okay. I will fly up there sometime because it's literally a 45-minute flight.
Nice.
Do you know what I mean? €20.
Don't drive it, 11
hours. No, fuck that. No. It's cheaper to fly.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Do that in petrol,
Yeah. And it's just a different way of training. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like when you train in the heat as well, your cardio's a lot better as well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The healthier lifestyle eating. Yeah. I found it hard.
The mood plays a part in that too, I think, right?
Massive.
If you're happy, everything's easy, innit? You know what I mean?
You can still wake up in a bad mood there, like you can here.
Yeah.
But just when you come out and you've got that sun on you, it's like, shut up, Pete.
Yeah.
Like,
what are you moaning
about? Fucking moaning about? You got your mate just sent you a picture. He's on a building site freezing his balls off. You know what I mean?
Yes, coming up to Christmas.
Exactly.
What am I doing? Yeah.
So there's a lot worse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what makes me laugh. Well, not makes me laugh, but I haven't experienced it too much because obviously I'm not a tent planet guy. But I've always had great experience with tent planet. I've got a lot of love for tent planet people. I've trained at a couple of tent planet. Is it very? I think I know the answer anyway. But is it very family oriented? Like if you're a tent planet guy and you show up to say Barcelona or Amsterdam or wherever, are you sort of like?
They'd be well, sweet. Absolutely good as gold. You know what I mean? Always welcoming.
Nice.
And it's the same as when I've gone to any other club.
Yeah.
Just a drop in, like you said, like always welcoming.
Yeah.
I've never really had probably one bad thing. Do you know what I mean? But that's years ago. So it's just like, you know, the ego kicks in. If you're doing better than someone else, but you're a lower belt and you're smashing a higher belt, like you can see it, the ego, and you think, oh, right, fair enough, right.
But it's all silliness.
It's all silliness.
You know
but it's only one person I've ever had that with.
Well, I know, and I won't mention names, but I know someone who was a brown belt in Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah.
And he got knee barred by a blue belt.
Yeah.
Didn't tap, fucked his leg up, like properly bad. And it's like, that was clever, wasn't it? You know what I mean? For what? Just tap and you're on your way. But like 6 months later, apparently he was still like wrecked.
And what's he going to be like a year, 2 years later? Because you know it's like you break. Exactly.
Because you couldn't tap. Like to me, like I mean. Everyone's heard this as well, I'm sure, but like Gary Tonin talks about it openly, doesn't he?
Yes.
Like he gets tapped all the time because he just dangles it and like he's got to look after this. And like when you hear it, it's so blindingly obvious. We've all been idiots and like fought through an armbar and had a bad elbow, right? But like it's a silly way to be, really, isn't it? And I think once you've been in Jiu-Jitsu more than sort of 2 years, you should know better than that.
Yes,
to
100%.
me. But there's a lot of people out there that don't.
It's
you know?
crazy.
And I'm like, you're a little bit older than me. I'll say that on camera. But like,
dig that today,
I dig that probably.
Simon, fucking 10 years older.
Exactly. But it's but like, I want to be on the mat at 60.
Yes,
right?
100%.
Now I'm not pretending I'm going to be like as energetic as a 20-year-old necessarily, but like. I still want to be able to do it. I don't want to arrive at 60. And we all know these guys too, that are black belts at that age, that limp on the mat, they can't really roll, they've got this problem, that problem. I don't want to be that guy. Do you know what I mean? I want to be able to get on the mat and be like, I can still do this. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And it's like, I'm noticing that now because I'm still at an age where I feel, I still don't feel any subject of aging at all. Do you know what I mean? So like now's the time I'm trying to sound like I'm a bit mature, which I ain't. But it's like, if you can catch it in time,
100%.
They're out there now because Jiu-Jitsu's old enough in this country. Obviously, abroad it's older than it is here, but in this country it's old enough now that we've got them people that are on the mat, still physically capable at 60-something, still rolling. They're sensible, but they're still able. And like I know someone recently, shout out Paul, and I won't mention the other guy because he's not 60. I'm joking. Patrick Hutchinson, he's 55. But these guys have just got their purple belt.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Strong as ox, both of them. Still roll. And like, if you didn't know, they could easily pass for their 40s.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And they're still going hard. And that to me is like, that's what I want. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, because
so
you said you're 44 now?
44, yeah.
Like, how's your body feel?
Mate, do you know what? It feels great. We had this running joke over in Spain and even here. I always say, I'm not rolling today.
Yeah.
And then I'll be that fucking idiot stood in the corner half hour later and they go, Pete, you're not rolling today. So I'm doing that 5-6 days a week, but rolling every day. But it's nice. But I know I've probably got to change something soon. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want to like overdo it and tear. But I've never broke a bone. I've never had no operations, touch wood. Do you know what I mean?
But if you're feeling good,
but
keep
I feel
going.
Right. It's only when I get out of bed. Do you know that first bit getting out of bed? It's like,
But do you know what? It's funny you say that because I don't think that's an age thing.
No,
maybe
not.
I think young people do that.
Yeah,
too.
young people do that.
If you think back and you're honest with yourself.
Yeah, true.
When you trained a lot, like at 20, you'd still wake up and everything would still be sore, right? You just got to get moving. You just got to get. And I think it's an excuse people use. And again, I use Patrick Hutchinson and Paul Bright. Like the way you look at them, and they're not giving it the big I am. And do you know what the other thing is? They don't give it the whole like. I'm 55, I'm 60, be careful. They just get on the mat and train. And I guarantee most people that don't know them well just assume they're 40 years. Do you know what I mean? And like treat them as if, like when they're tapping people out, it is what it is. But like, I just want to be able to, like, I know we're saying the sore bit, getting out of bed in the morning. But I think Jiu-Jitsu, you're not getting punched in the head from start, right?
Exactly.
So that's one of them things that, you know, boxing, you're not going to be going in and sparring with young people at 60.
Exactly. Yes.
You're probably not going to be there, right?
Yes.
You're not going to make it that long. But like, to me, Jiu-Jitsu for life, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And that's how I view it now.
Yeah, without a doubt, I agree with you. Totally
and you still compete a lot, right?
Yeah, still compete. So I've done my first black belt competition October.
Nice.
October, October this year.
Nice. Big difference or what?
Mate, I felt good because normally I used to compete under 85.
Right.
And now I've dropped to, I'm 73.5. So I've competed at that level now, so it's like, wow, I felt quick, but I didn't go there losing the weight.
Yeah.
It just happened in Spain, the healthier eating, the lifestyle
Is that what
change.
you weigh now, sitting here? How much you weigh?
75 I probably weigh now. I've been back in England for 2
But you're
days.
quite
So
big at all, you're quite...
5'10" and a half.
Oh yeah, okay. You're quite short then. You're only half inch
I'm
shorter.
short,
Only half inch taller than me.
It's the shoulders, you know what I mean?
But I was going to say, like, for that, you're quite a big guy, aren't you?
But I feel good. Yeah. It's weird. Like as long as I've got that strength, a bit of strength, I feel alright.
Yeah.
So it's like, when I competed, I won that, and that was like a buzz. Obviously, for your first ever black belt competition, do you know what I mean? How are you going to do? In Germany, I was on my own.
That's cool,
sorry,
right?
I was on my own. 2 other people competed from the team as well in their brackets as well, and but I meant I flew on my own.
Yeah.
But that was a good experience. So next year, I was due to do the Europeans.
Right.
And when I come back from England, I fell down a pothole in the fucking Spain. My ankle twisted like that. I was like,
all them years of martial arts and you twist your ankle.
Yeah, but it's only bruised. And I thought, do you know what? If someone toe holds that in Italy, I thought, do you know what, Pete, leave it.
Not worth it. Well, that's when the injuries do happen.
I thought, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but next year I'd like to do the Worlds, Europeans definitely. So I just want to have a year like just on it.
Nice.
Like just really.
That's cool, mate.
I enjoy it. Do you know what I mean?
I like that because I tell you one thing as well that always fascinates me with jiu-jitsu people because there doesn't seem to be any middle ground with training outside of jiu-jitsu in terms of weights and strength conditioning. People are either I'll do all my strength conditioning, or people go I don't do nothing and I just roll. Like where do you stand on that?
Do you know what? I do strength and conditioning now twice a week.
Right.
Just do it on my own for about 45 minutes on a Tuesday and a Thursday in Spain, and then I roll again Monday to Saturday, and I'll still roll on a Tuesday and a Thursday even after the weights. But if I do feel a little ache or something, I'll say no, I'm not rolling, or I'll pick a higher belt just so you know.
You bully someone.
No, I'll grab a higher belt because I know they're sensible on the arm or the leg. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you grab a white belt or blue belt, they want to just come and smash
heavy white
you.
belt jumps on your knee. That's a good day out. Yeah, no good. But what's your strength conditioning look like? Is it sort of very
I do low weights. I set up like 3 stations, like low weights. Like I do triceps, biceps, whichever one. Boom, 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 boom. So I've got a nice sweat. I won't be one of those push one, take a picture, push another one, take a picture.
No.
Take 2 hours to do
I feel like you're looking at me when you're saying take a picture.
No.
But I tell you, the reason I ask is because, as I say, everyone's got their own opinions on it. Some people like the old school, like Rocky Marciano style training, throwing rocks and punching bags and doing squats and whatnot. Some people do the high tech, whatever. It doesn't seem to be one right way or whatever. It seems to be up here what you believe in.
What works for you works for me.
Exactly. And I've flip flopped on this massively back and forth. Personally, now I like to do. I do like sort of like your deadlifts, Olympic lifts, things like that. But gymnastic stuff, really, I don't really lift weights upper body because it just does. I feel stronger doing the other stuff. I feel more fluid and stuff like that. But I also do less of it now. I do like full body stuff, which is a bit inspired by. I don't know if you know a fella called Charles Allen Price.
No.
He's like a strength and conditioning coach. He does like Owen O'Flanagan and people like that. Shout out Charles. He's been on the podcast. He's purple belt in jiu-jitsu himself. He's been around a long time. And he it's very simple. Like you watch him. I won't say like. I can't talk for him and like his system. But if you watch his videos and stuff he puts out, lift, do your mobility, just basically common sense stuff. And it's almost so simple. I think people miss it type deal. And I do a lot more like stuff like that now. And I look at it. It goes back a little bit to what we were saying before. I want to be on a max of 60. I look at it to look after this, right? Not to push numbers and stuff like that.
And it's working for you.
And I feel strong as I've ever felt. You know what I mean? I feel good like that. And like, don't worry about weight or anything like that. I just is what it is and keep on keeping on. Do you know what I mean? Because the people that fascinate me, and I wonder if age will play a part with them, is like they just roll.
Yes.
And they're not injured, they're never injured, they've never got anything wrong with them. But I wonder how they'll be at 50.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Does it catch up with you at a certain point where you haven't been looking after this stuff? But the other side of me goes, if you're only doing jiu-jitsu, does your body massively adapt to that and you don't get injured anyway?
Yes, 100%.
Do you see where I'm going from?
I know exactly what you're saying.
I don't really have a strong opinion on it. Do you know what I mean? And
I was only up to about a year ago that I started doing the weights.
Was you? Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, so talking to a lot of people in Spain, they was giving advice to do this, do that and the other, and I listen to everyone, but I'll do what I'm going to do, you know what I mean, what's right for me. Everyone's their own opinion. And I just thought, do you know what, I probably need to pump a few weights here and get back on that again. So probably only been the last year now. Yeah. And I do, it's working all right for me. So
I think that's valuable too, is trusting yourself too.
Yes.
Because I've definitely followed other things and he said do this, I'll try that, I'll try. And you don't really get that results, but you stick with it, right? Because you feel like, oh well, he's got, he's good at such and such, so I'll do that. And it's like, I'll tell you one thing that really was with me, Olympic lifting I got into really heavily, sort of in my mid-20s, right? But I started training like an Olympic lifter. So I was loading up 100 kilos, 110s, lumping it up. And it I felt no benefit on the mat whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? Not even a sliver. If anything, I was just more tired, right? But like, I still do it now,
right.
but I do it like what I can do properly and fast.
Yes,
and I think that's important too,
yes.
because at the end of the day, we're not Olympic lifters,
No,
right?
no,
We're doing it to be on the mat.
And to keep staying on the mats.
Right, and my numbers go up from doing that. But it's almost like, I wish I had blank weights. Do you know what I mean? So I couldn't see what they were, just how it feels that day. I think that's important because we've all fallen into that bracket of going 20 kilos on the side. Maybe I'll try 25 today, right? And then before you know it, you're not doing the same thing, and on and on and on. But like going forward, mate, like with your sort of, I'm assuming you're in Marbella for life now.
Me and the missus, we've said we would never come back. Not that we'd love come back to England. Like I said to you, I love come back at Christmas. England's it's brilliant, everyone's happy. I leave on the 2nd of January, everyone's miserable and depressed. So I'm going at the right time.
Yeah.
And like I say, we're really happy at it. It's taken us 2 years. It hasn't been easy.
Right.
Like when anyone settles to any new place, like everyone probably sees, they live in the dream. No, there's been tears, there's been this. My miss had me in her arms, I've had her, and it's because you change the whole lifestyle with your kids as well.
Right.
So we left behind our 3 big kids in the UK, but they're coming this year. There was always a plan.
Right.
There was always a plan.
Cool.
Yeah. We went with our 2 youngest ones. They're 12 and 15 now, Libby and Jess.
Nice.
So of course the 15-year-old, she went to secondary school in Spain.
Right.
So it's hard for her, you know what I mean?
That's a tough age,
so we've
that,
had, a girl as well.
Yep.
So that was hard, but like they're 70% speaking Spanish now. Do you know what I mean?
Are they?
Yeah.
Do you speak Spanish?
A little bit. Poquito.
I was going to say, God, like, sing us a song in Spain. Because kids out there, I remember I knew a kid when I was sort of younger, moved to Spain, used to come back sporadically. But he spoke fluent Spanish, read and write, all that kind of stuff. He could obviously speak English because he was English, but he couldn't read and write English.
No.
He'd lost that, which is a strange one, isn't it? But I'm assuming like 15 shoulder, right?
Yeah, she's got it. And but yeah, for me, I'm on, again, do you know what we're saying about our brains taking stuff? I was going Spanish lessons.
Was you? Okay.
And at school, I didn't take my GC. I didn't turn up for school. I can't take that in, you know, when someone's moaning, not moaning at you, but and I think you've got all these other people around me speaking better Spanish. I phoned the mister, I said, fuck that, I can't do this. So now I've got an app on my phone, on Spotify, Spanish for Children.
Ooh.
So it's slow,
there you go.
But I'm only on chapter 8, but it's 98 chapters.
98 chapters?
But I know the first 8 already because I've taken it in. 20 minutes, half hour every day in my car, on the Bluetooth, I listen to bits. Because I want to, because if I'm going to stay there, this is what we're going to do.
You can't be that geezer that's been there for 25 years and can't speak Spanish. Oh,
Hola,
I speak English.
Hola, adios.
Dos cerveza, por favor.
Right.
But like with like training and stuff like that, which always, I'm always interested in people's views because I think as we get better, we change. Like if you look back at how you learn, you'd change certain things because you'd cut fat off the bone, right? Like
100%.
And now as a black belt for you, like how do you teach people compared to how you learn? Is there much difference?
I teach it. I break it down in stages if I'm showing a move. So say if I've got a sequence of a move, you're passing the guards, getting into side control, then we're going to get mount, head and arm, let's say for instance like that. I'll show them how to pass the guard first. Because I know, and then when I speak to people, they'll say, not all of them are like that, they'll say, Pete, I like the way you break it down, you know what I mean? I say, listen, I do it the way my brain used to work, because if someone goes, this, I'm like, fuck, mate. I can't take it in.
Right.
So at least I can do the best of both worlds, you know what I mean? So even someone that can take it in quick, they pass the guards, they can keep practicing that. And then we'll dirk on the submissions and go like that. So that's the way I like to break it down. And I always like to have live drills at the end and then have the sparring at the end after that. Do you know what I mean? So I take a lot of Jamie from me and other coaches and I take bits from everyone, do you know what I mean? And a lot from me as well, because I run a football team for 10 years.
Yeah, okay.
So I run a kids football team, my boys football team, so I was running football teams, so...
Kids is tough, right?
Yeah, it's
Teaching
very
kids
tough.
is tough. Like I don't teach kids regular, but like obviously I've covered kids classes and whatnot. And like I find that hard, right?
It's not them, it's the parents.
Right, the parents. Oh, that's another thing. When they're coaching on the wrong thing, that drives me nuts. You're looking.
What are you doing? Shut your mouth.
Dad, hey, yo, behave, you know what I mean? It's also like, you know, it's like if kids under, let's say 10, after class don't care. They're there because their mums made them go, right? So you're looking at them like half the kids. I was teaching it. I won't say the gym, but I was teaching it, and it was a very small class. There was about 6 kids in there. There was like 2 girls that was in the class could not have been more interested. They was asking me questions that I probably didn't know the answer to. When he bolo's here and he does this, K-guard, blah, blah, blah. I was like, but some of the other kids were like, if you're me teaching, they're like that.
Yes.
I could not, like, to me that's hard work because like, at least adults, they're there because they want to be, right? Like there's obviously issues in that. Injuries is a big one, right? You start teaching people that are in their 40s that just started jiu-jitsu,
100%.
got a bum shoulder, all that kind of stuff. But you can work with that, right?
Yes, 100%.
Whereas the kid is like, if they're not interested, you're not going to make them interested, are you? Plus,
Never.
also, you know what it's like. Kids look at you, if you're over 21, they just
Yeah,
look at you like an old geezer.
Yes.
Like, would you know?
I'm
not interested, do you know what I mean? Let's play Pokemon cards instead.
Yes,
Do you know what I mean?
exactly,
It's one of them dudes. Do you teach kids out there?
No, I don't teach kids out there. No. But I would, like, if they need help, they always know, like, I'm happy
I
to-
teach kids privates.
Nice.
So, like, certain kids that have got, you know, their parents are into it or whatever,
Brilliant.
and the kids, but that's different because they're into
Yes,
it, right?
yes.
And when they're listening, they learn quicker,
Yes.
right? Let's be honest. Like
100%.
kids do learn quicker, and for whatever reason, whether it's injured bodies, also. I mean, I'm sure someone's got their own opinion on this, a better opinion than mine. But it's like, as kids grow physically,
Yes.
I feel like their development speeds
Yes.
up massively. And especially, like, I teach a bit of striking to some kids too,
Yes.
right? So, like, when they grow, as they're learning,
Yes.
they're not as linear as they are in grappling.
Yes.
The growth of the body seems to change them
Yes.
because they get a bit sort of like uncoordinated for a period as they
Yes.
get taller and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I'm sure there's some science that's better than what I'm explaining it, but there's definitely something where you're holding pads for kids, you're moving them around,
Yes,
and they
definitely.
really feel like they're clicking. Then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
6 months later, you're like, the knowledge is still there, but he's like Bambi on ice suddenly. You know what I mean? And that sort of tidies up. But I'm going on a whole different route there.
I understand what you mean, though. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because
totally,
kids
totally.
is like,
Yes.
as I say, it sounds like I don't like teaching kids. I don't like teaching kids classes.
Yeah.
Because it's here and everywhere.
Yeah,
but I do
yeah.
like teaching kids when they listen and they learn
Yeah,
because it's, you know, it's easy, very easy. But like, if you was to fast forward 5 years,
Yeah.
mate, have you got your own gym? Are you like the main man in
man.
Marbella? Everything goes through you. Is that
Do you
the
know,
vibe?
do you know, this is a question I get asked a lot. Like, when I moved to Spain, again, moved over there, didn't know what I was going to do, like what we were going to do, and then doors just opened and we'll just see. But now I'm sort of think like, you know, would I make, like, why not? If a door opened and something was right, why not? Try it, you know?
Right.
Like, you can build your own army, build your own team and your own family.
That's it, mate.
I get messages quite a bit saying, when are you doing this, when are you doing that? I say, I don't know, do you know what I mean? I'm just enjoying the journey.
Yeah. Well, if you want to come southwest London over
Yeah.
this 10th planet, we need one because this is a hell of a trek, mate. I need you a bit close. I've been saying it to Jamie for years. It gives me the old side eye. Like,
What,
it's
6 hours from Marbella to come here
Do you
back
know
and
what I mean?
forth?
Just commute, mate. Don't be selfish. What's
Every
that
day. Yeah.
But like as we go forward, mate, I'm sure we'll do this again.
Yeah,
I'd love to
100%.
come to Marbella,
100%.
get a week of
Wicked trophy out
training
there.
in, chilling out, doing some podcasts. all
You'd
that
love
kind
it.
of stuff,
You'd love
mate.
it out there. You won't want to come home.
It's on camera, mate.
You won't want to come home. You won't want to come home.
Mate,
Do you know what I
listen,
mean?
I really
Wicked,
appreciate it.
really
Always good to
appreciate it.
talk
Thanks
to you,
a lot,
mate.
man.
Before we finish, most important question of the day. As we said at the start, you're from the right side of the river, wrong side of London. Let's see how it goes. You're a football man.
Yeah.
Which football team you support?
I'm a season ticket holder. There's only one team in London.
Please.
Well, we're top of the league, aren't we?
Please, go on.
Fucking Gooner!
No.
Come on!
South London!
Yeah!
South
That was
London!
Woolwich Arsenal
Oh,
first
come
of all.
what,
Woolwich
100 years ago?
Arsenal.
How old did you say you was? My mate, top man. Listen, I
Cheers,
appreciate
thanks a
you,
lot,
mate.
cheers.
I always finish with a fist up
Bruce.
like this, mate. Squeeze the neck. Boom!